So for me personally, my favorite treatment for my clients is Botox. It's just so simple, so quick. Pretty much everyone can have it done. It's just so quick, and the actual benefits of it and the outcome, it just makes such a difference for clients. After like day 2 to 4, they start thinking, oh, what, I can see the difference. And then obviously when they come back in for their review, they're like, oh my God, I just can't go without Botox now. And you're like, I know, I told you.
Someone earlier said that Botox is like the gateway drug, and it's so true.
Oh my God, yes, it actually is.
But as soon as you start getting Botox, it's like, oh my God, what else can I get? Because I just love it so much. And it's addictive. It really, really is. Hi guys, it's Holly here at Faces and welcome back to the Face It podcast. Today I am joined by the lovely Hannah, who is the CEO of Iconic Aesthetics. Hannah, thank you so much for coming on and speaking with me today.
Hi everyone.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really well, thank you. So just to kick things off, let's start with talking a bit about your business and where you are at. So how did you get into aesthetics and how have you grown your business to where it is now?
So I actually started off as a nurse. I kind of fell into nursing. After I had my little one, I wanted to go into healthcare, but I've always been interested in beauty, all the treatments. But obviously when the aesthetics became a little bit bigger at the time, I started around 2019.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, perfect. I'm gonna give that a go. I trained with Derma Medical, and they were amazing. And I just love how aesthetics has grown so much. There's so many new treatments out there now. To be honest, it's just continuously growing, isn't it? Just so many different treatments out there.
I know it's hard to keep up with it sometimes. New products, new treatments, new techniques. But I think that's why I personally love the industry, because it's just like non-stop, constantly growing. And it's just such an exciting industry to work in. So with regards to sort of growing your business, and so once you've done your training, you obviously opened your clinic and everything. What really worked for you in terms of being able to grow your client base? Because I know that's something that a lot of practitioners really struggle with.
So when I first started off, I started doing introductory offers, just because obviously there was no before and after photos when I started, and aesthetics wasn't as big back then, so it was kind of hard to get at the beginning. It was a bit of a struggle to get the clientele in. So what I did was put some offers out there, and then people started coming in. And then at the time I did work in a salon as well. I had my own room within a salon, so then they would then tell their clients, oh, there's an aesthetics lady, so that way, and they were like, oh, she's got offers on, so then that way I had more and more clients in. So once I had a few more before and after photos, I was then able to advertise more and show them what I can do. And then basically I was constantly on social media posting before and after photos, videos, just anything I can show. And then that's when the clients started coming in, really.
Yeah, it's just about staying consistent, isn't it? But I think that really is a great tip for anyone who's maybe new to the industry is, rent a room within a salon, because you can tap into their client base. You've got a head start then, and you're not just trying to build it up yourself. So I think that's great. With regards to the sort of the treatments you offer, then what do you really like to perform on your clients? What's your favorite treatments?
So for me personally, my favorite treatment for my clients is Botox. It's just so simple, so quick. Pretty much everyone can have it done. It's just so quick, and the actual benefits of it and the outcome, it just makes such a difference for clients. After like day 2 to 4, they start thinking, oh, what, I can see the difference. And then obviously when they come back in for their review, they're like, oh my God, I can't live, I just can't go without Botox now. And you're like, I know, I
Someone,
told you.
someone earlier said that Botox is like the gateway drug, and it's so true.
Oh my God, yes, it actually is.
But as soon as you start getting Botox, it's like, oh my God, what else can I get? Because I just love
Yeah.
it so much. And it's addictive. It really, really is. What about your client base then? So what type of clients do you tend to have? Do you have a real broad range, or do you sort of find that there's a certain demographic of clients who come to you?
I would say for me personally, I get the odd few younger girls, but mostly I would say people around my age. I'm 30, so I would say people around the 30 mark, a little bit younger, a little bit older, and I do get the odd you know, older client, but mostly around people my age. I think that is who I target, people around my age. So I think they kind of want the same things as I understand what they want.
Yeah, 100%. Have you got any plans to do any further training in the next year or so, or any treatments that you've got coming up which you want to train in?
Yeah, I have been thinking of doing the hydrofacial treatment, because I do offer a facial, which is the Obagi chemical peel.
Yeah,
but
amazing.
I do want to offer a little bit more with facials, because it is, a nice treatment to have, and I think it will be an added bonus, really. Like, it's really luxurious.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it. It's just looking into it more.
Yeah, definitely. I think I've talked about this quite a bit on my podcast with skincare. I think, if you can offer treatments that are really going to help benefit your client's skin, it's just gonna help everything else that they get kind of work better, because
Yeah.
I think a lot of people see aesthetics as sort of a quick fix. So, oh, I'll get my Botox, it'll smooth my wrinkles out. I'll get my dermal filler, it'll do this, that, and the other. But really looking after your skin is so, so important. But it also means that your other treatments are going to benefit you more as well.
Yeah, and I think it is, with what you've said, it is really important to kind of highlight that it isn't a quick fix, and it's a slow progression to great skin. And there are so many treatments out there that you can, utilize for yourself, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can guarantee if I had a hydrofacial machine, I'd be there giving myself a hydrofacial
Yeah.
every day. That's probably why you want it,
Every
isn't it? It's just like, oh, so good. I've never had one before, but it's like the one treatment that I really want to have done, because I really see how it benefits other people, but also
Yeah.
seeing all that stuff in the jar at the end. Oh, I'd love that.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it targets quite a few, like, issues you have with your skin. So I just think, just maybe give it a go and see how it goes. And not many people offer it where I am as well. So
Yeah, and I've heard that, you can make some real money when it comes to machines, because even though it's a huge investment to begin with, it's then you don't really have to, there's no really real outgoings with it. It's just,
yeah.
once you've got the machine, you just charge for the treatment. So I think it'd be a good business move to do that as well. So with regards to the faces, that obviously you've used faces for quite some time, which is great. You're very much a faces, a loyal customer, which is fantastic. How has faces benefited your business in terms of, getting you to where you are now and your general runnings of the business?
For me personally, before I had faces, I couldn't really find a good, like, app, or just a good what's it called?
Software.
um, so I couldn't think of I couldn't find a good platform for my consent forms, or aftercare. I went from, different different apps, to try and find the best one, and I found that Faces was the easiest to use. And actually, before I started using Faces for my consent forms, all my consent forms were on paper. So I'm actually still at
Oh.
home. I know, I've still got loads of my paper consent forms at home. And I'm like, oh my God, they're just taking up so much room in my house. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, because you can't just get rid of them because you like it's your client's data. Yeah. So what features of Faces do you find really help you with your business?
To be honest, all of it. It's so easy. I can just send off my consent forms to my clients, and it can take the deposit as well. All the aftercare is there as well, which is perfect. And also being able to order quite a few, all of your stuff from there, in just one app, everything is there. It's just so convenient.
Yeah, amazing. And that's what it's there for. It's there to be a one solution for everything that a practitioner needs. And obviously running a business is stressful, it takes hard work and dedication, but I think anyone who uses Faces, it just takes some of the stress out of that side of things and the admin. And it's great that you utilize it, and it's really helped your business as well. So just finally, let's talk about regulation. So obviously we have had a little bit of an announcement from the government by way of the traffic light system, but also the government are very much asking for everybody to give their own views on what they think should come into play and everything. So what are your personal views on what has been announced so far?
So for me personally, because I come from a medical background, I feel like because you are injecting people's faces, it's such a high, it can be a high risk job. I feel like it's about time that the government actually put in stricter measures. Because with aesthetics, I feel like anyone can do it. You could do the course and and then qualify the next day. I know obviously like this, that was the same with my course, but I do, I was a nurse for a couple of years before that, so I do have medical background. But if they are still going to let non-medics do it, I feel like they need to be a bit stricter with their training, and it just needs to be really robust and make sure that they know how to manage complications and things like that. Because I feel like it's scary, and I always find that people don't really do their research either, like clients wise. And I always say to clients, you only have one face, so make sure you do your research, etc. So I feel like definitely the regulations need to be stricter with aesthetics.
Yeah, 100%. And I think, like you touched on, it does boil down to training as well. I think there needs to be sort of tighter measures and guidelines when it comes to the training which is available, because I think I hear horror stories all the time about people who have trained with academies, and they were taught using products, and it's horrendous, the whole thing. So I think I completely agree, bringing some kind of regulation in, whatever that may be, just to promote the client safety. That is the main thing.
That is the most important thing, isn't it? Exactly. And also it's the fact that non-medics, I'm not saying that they're rubbish, but if they haven't got the medical background, I always feel like it's worrying that they can then teach other people to do aesthetics, and their practice may not be as good. I'm not saying that it is, because not every because you can get medics that are bad, but it is just making sure that they do have the right information, and they're showing other people the right information.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the bare minimum really is using the Faces app, purchasing through licensed pharmacies and licensed sellers. Obviously, in order to purchase from Faces, you need to have proof of insurance and training, which is what we take. Bare minimum is taking your client's consent, going through the aftercare with them, sending it to them, storing your client's data in an effective way, and just being I think a lot of the time some of it falls down to like common sense as well. some things.
Yeah.
I hear some horror stories and I'm like, how? Like that's
Yeah, it's worrying that some people don't recognize things as a complication, and that's what I obviously think. Yeah, it needs to be stricter, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we can certainly have a part 2 of this conversation when the regulations come in and where we are. But thank you so much, Hannah, for coming on today. It's been really, really good speaking with you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Enjoy the Nun tonight. And have a great weekend.
Thanks.
All right, lovely. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.